Her USA national teammates have won 99 games since the World Cup '91 final. Will they dance to their 100th win this evening? And will Tiffeny Milbrett earn her 100th U.S. cap tonight? The USA tackle Russia and the record books in Game 4 of the U.S. Women's Cup, next on ESPN. It's a standing room only crowd tonight at Frontier Field in Rochester, New York, as the Nike U.S. Women's Cup '98 continues. The United States will meet Russia tonight, but all eyes will be focused not only on that chart, but on number 9, Mia Hamm, because Mia Hamm has scored 99 international goals. Only 2 other people have reached 100 in international soccer history, and both are women. And a pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome to this magical night in Rochester, New York. Along with Wendy Gebauer, I'm John Paul Della Camera. While soccer is a team game, we keep hearing the one name this week, and that's Mia.
That's right, JP. Everybody's excited and anxious for her to score that 100th goal. But you can be certain that with the added pressure that goes along with that unbelievable milestone, she too is anxious to get that goal out of the way. She's already one of the top 5 goal scorers in the world. You can see here from the numbers that once she reaches 100, everybody's going to expect her to keep going and going and going until she becomes the #1 all-time leading goal scorer. And she has scored those goals in so many different forms and varieties. Here we'll see her. She's lethal with her head in the box. And her dribbling and speed and explosion allows her to set herself up for her shots. And then, of course, there's the raw power.
Now, Mia and her teammates will take on a very good Russia side. We saw them on Tuesday in Oneonta. We were impressed with a lot of players, including Barbashina.
Right. We talked about Hamm's ability to finish in the box, but that, too, is what sets Barbashina, number 10 for Russia, apart. Here, Grigorieva takes on the defense, sets up Barbashina perfect, but look at the touch and the composure. That's what is allowing her to finish on goal.
USA meets Russia. The starting lineup and kickoff are straight ahead, but first, let's all enjoy Walter Palmer.
What best suits your killer business ads? Saving 33% or dressing for
Dash Soccer Stadium, home of the Rochester Rhinos of the A-League and the Rochester Red Wings, the Baltimore Orioles AAA franchise in the International League. Tiffeny Milbrett somewhere in that pile as players gather, getting ready to join us for the starting lineup. Milbrett celebrating her 100th cap tonight. Our starting lineup is being brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust.
The USA will come out in a 4-3-3, which pushes Lilly up top from her traditional role as an outside midfielder. In the back, number 4, Captain Carla Overbeck will direct the defense. To her right will be Joy Fawcett, inarguably one of the best defenders in the world. But the key to the success of the U.S. team will be in the playmaking abilities of number 10, Michelle Akers. We've seen her battle through so much adversity, but her unbelievable ability to change the point of the attack is the key to the success of the new U.S. system.
Michelle will be facing a Russian side that has a lot of experience, especially the numbers 1 and 2, Petko and Dimitrenko.
And JP, everybody talks about the inside midfield play of Grigorieva and Egorova, but the unsung hero, I believe, is number 6, Komarova. Time and time again against Brazil, she got in against the defense. She gives 200% effort every time she steps on the field. Another player to watch is number 11, Vasakova. She works hard on offense and defense and will create a lot of scoring opportunities tonight.
All set for the kickoff, and we should be underway with Russia in the blue and red and the United States in white. Vasakova over the ball will play it back. From the right side, it's cleared upfield. Looking for a chance. Komarova. And this one goes out. Corner kick right away for Russia. U.S. Soccer and ESPN would like to thank Pepsi and all the other U.S. Soccer sponsors for allowing today's game action to be brought to you commercial-free. Grigorieva will set it up. Komarova, number 6. And then Grigorieva playing it back. Russia looking for a chance inside. Komarova can't get there. Fawcett is there to clear it out for a throw-in. Near side, and Grigorieva lost it. She didn't have a touch that bad on Tuesday.
JP, already we've seen the Russians come out on a very offensive position here, but you got to give them a lot of respect for wanting to come straight up against the United States.
just like they did against Brazil on Tuesday. Now it's Mia Hamm playing it back. 6 was Chastain. It's broken up. Bosakova is a good goal scorer. Playing it across the middle. It's going to be picked off instead. Chastain in the midfield. Going long. And the crowd will be very emotional anytime Mia Hamm goes near the ball. All hoping she'll get to number 100 tonight. Tony DiCicco to the near side. Warren Gregg by his side. Together for so many years on this U.S. national team level. Tony's winning percentage almost 90%. Chastain will throw it in from the near sideline. With a running start on the long throw into the near post. Headed over to the far side. Milbrett leaves it. Mia Hamm over there on the far wing. And this one went out of play. Throw in coming up. Russia. Grigorieva. She was our Snickers player of the match on Tuesday for her side. Assisted on one of the goals. Had an all-around strong game. Here she'll lose it. But it'll come right back to her. Egorova also had a strong game, the number 7 player for Russia. Now it's switched across, picked off. An awkward touch for Chastain, or she might have been able to move upfield with Milbrett and Hamm. Petko on the clearance. Akers lets it go. Played all the way back by Overbeck to Briana Scurry, the number 1 goalkeeper for the USA. Back in nets. Right after Tracy Dutar had played against Mexico on Saturday. Hamm touching it off. Picked off. Komarova sends it wide. And that's knocked away. Michelle Akers was over there on the far side. Russia's coach with a background from Spartak Moscow is Yuri Bistritsky. Head coach here since 1994. He's not qualified them for Olympics nor World Cup, but he's 1 game away from doing that for World Cup '99. Foudy, number 11, dispossessed, but a foul is going to be called. Grigorieva being pretty physical there, team captain. Pushed wide by the U.S. Scoreless here in the 4th minute from Rochester. Milbrett, 8th active player for the United States to reach 100 caps, and this is hers tonight. 9th all-time. Near side, Petko. Thought she had touched it, but apparently not. Goal kick.
That was a nice run by Lilly there, JP. She was putting a lot of pressure on the keeper, and really, actually, she almost made a big mistake and thus turning over the ball for a corner kick, but she got lucky, and the Russians will have a goal kick out of the back.
Petko made 5 saves the other night. It'll be cleared out of the back. Russia will send this one away. USA will get possession back at the halfway line. USA want to control the midfield, especially after watching the tape of the match on Tuesday. They saw how much Russia outplayed Brazil in that midfield.
Russia is very strong in the midfield, like you said, and they also generate a lot of the attack down the right side with number 6, Komarova. It's going to be interesting to see because with the new U.S. system, it's tough for them to get that slot filled in the outside midfielder. So somebody's going to have to work really hard to get into that slot in order to be ready on defense.
Well, that was Lilly's slot in the left midfield, but now she's moved up to play forward where they use her good touch and vision. Sobrero blocked. Off a deflection. The poke to the left side. Hamm sent it to Lilly. Russia will clear it, and it's deflected out. Last touched out by Pearce. Barbashina on the throw-in. Bosakova was looking. They're quite a tandem up top for Russia.
Well, they work so hard on defense up top, and that's really where team defense starts.
Komarova. Egorova. Sending it inside. Chance right here. But it goes wide. Number 9, Svetlitskaya, who had that shot that was saved by Marvelina that went off the crossbar on Tuesday, had that opportunity. USA will bring it up the right side. Intended for Chastain. USA looked a bit rusty in the first 15 minutes or so against Mexico. We're seeing a little bit of the rust here today, but part of that might be respect for Russia and also what Russia's doing to them here, putting some pressure on.
Well, it was a big surprise that they came out tied. You know, the final result was a tie with Brazil, so I think the U.S. is a little bit nervous about what Russia has developed into.
Grigorieva is stripped. Egorova for Komarova. Nice pickoff. Pearce is off and running. The USA are in transition. Intended for Lilly. That's blocked. Deflected through. And Russia now will try to move it out. Barkova. And she's pushed. The foul is going to be called. Restart coming up for Russia.
JP, thus far I've been very impressed with the organization in the Russian defense, and the key is Budakova, number 3. She's actually playing a traditional sweeper with 3 marking backs in front of her.
Scurry will call everyone off on this. That's her 7th minute. Still scoreless. USA haven't been scored on in over 4 games. 369 minutes coming in. We'll see how their defense holds off today. Here's Hamm. Mia, number 9. Long shot. Looking for number 100. But she was open and able to take that shot.
There's another look at it. Just great explosion. She gets 2 steps on the player and then just rips it. Just wide.
From the far side, USA with Milbrett chasing it. All eyes are focused on number 9 tonight, Mia Hamm. No man has ever scored in international soccer 100 goals. Just 2 women, and Mia is in striking distance of both, besides number 100. Michelle Akers, by the way, with 97, not out of the race yet.
That's right, JP. Actually, it's very reasonable to say that she could get a couple early goals in this game, and then it's a whole new story.
Hamm will play it up. Lilly had her back to goal, fights to win it back. Akers, 10, switches towards Foudy, but instead it goes wider. Milbrett, 16 on the far side, leaving it off. Foudy brings it back, one of the co-captains of the team. Sent wide. Pearce. Give and go. Christie Pearce sends it wide as she's leveled. Now it's Lilly. Left side cross. Going inside. She was looking for Mia Hamm, and it's cleared out. Corner kick, United States.
JP, what an unbelievable ball there.
Quick shot off the post. Mia Hamm close.
It took a very, very quick corner there. Lilly just found Mia on the near post. I think everybody was surprised.
Here's Pearce in the left. Looking long right down the middle. Petko lost it. Milbrett says it should be a corner. Referee's assistant pointing the other way. Goal kick.
You don't see keepers come out very often like that and then actually fake that they're going to catch it. Here you see Mia Hamm. She's a little dejected, I think. She probably could have placed that ball a little bit better than trying to rip off the back of the net with the shot.
Speaking of keepers, I got to say hello, you and I both, to Amy Allman, recovering from torn ACL. That's why she has not been with us for these U.S. Cup games. So, Amy, best wishes. Complete recovery soon. Here's Chastain going wide to the right side. Foudy. And another whistle to stop play. In the USA game against Mexico, there were only 10 fouls total. There were 32 in the Brazil-Russia match. There'll be more than 10 in this. On the chip inside, intended for Foudy. Cleared away by Russia. And it'll go out of play. Throw in coming up. From the near side, Hamm looking, sending it all the way across. Late run by Chastain with the wheels, though, to get it. And it's knocked out of play. USA again with it. Corner kick again. And Chastain was going to take it, but now instead someone else will come over. Taking a while to set this one up. But again, they go short. Hamm from Milbrett. Tiffeny Milbrett coming back after it, sending it all the way across. Up a deflection. Chastain in the box. It's tackled away. Akers fires. That one was deflected as well. And it'll go out for a corner. 11th minute. Still scoreless. Mia Hamm getting ready to put it back in play.
JP, my guess is she'll look for Akers on the back post here. You can tell she's having a little bit of trouble. There's not much room to approach this ball.
Changing her mind now. Gonna go left-footed with it. Sending it all the way across in the in-swinger towards Akers. It comes out. Milbrett's chip inside the box. One header, two. Off the post. Joy Fawcett coming through. Julie Foudy as well. Fawcett scored in her last match and nearly had another. In the 12th minute, Joy Fawcett back playing as a right back in the back four now.
He'll take a great... This is a very tactical decision by Milbrett. Instead of ripping it on the face, she just tries to get it on the face of the goal. That is a great opportunity, and then her forwards up there are just trying to organize behind her.
Egorova plays it up. On the far side, Bosikova. That one's deflected. Coming back, Milbrett, number 16, having a great year again for the United States. Kate Sobrero got the full 90 last game against Mexico. So did Pearce. Foudy. And then Pearce. USA working on possession here against a far tougher side than they faced on Saturday. Taken away by Bosikova. Bosikova looking. Sending it all the way across. Nobody there. Chastain is the closest to it for the U.S. Brandi takes over in the 13th minute. Push back to Joy Fawcett, former coach at UCLA. Now Akers. For Hamm. That touch went up and a late foul, but the call nonetheless fouled on Dimitrenko. Mia Hamm, like most superstars, takes a lot of knocks. This one's played quickly now into the box at the other end. Milbrett settles and fires, but it's too high. Still scoreless in the 14th minute.
This is Hamm's attempt early on. The ball was fed to her by Lilly. She's right at the corner of the 8, and the ball just hits the crossbar and comes down. She had her hand up trying to call a goal, but that was obvious on the replay that it was not, in fact, a goal.
Hamm will throw in. Here's Milbrett. Cutting inside. They want the call, but it won't be coming. By the way, Milbrett is wearing the captain's armband, no doubt, for playing in a 100th game. They decided to give that to her. Carla Overbeck, normally the captain, who wears it. Julie Foudy, a co-captain, would when Carla's not there. Down the left sideline, Mia Hamm will chase, and this goes out of play. Throw in coming up for Russia. Throw in coming up, Russia, far side. Foudy looking for it, and the pushing foul goes against the United States. Dimitrenko ready to put it back in play. 15th minute, still scoreless. USA expected to be in a battle tonight with Russia based on what they saw on the tapes on Tuesday. Much better side than the side that they've played against in the past. Hamm has it knocked away. She goes down again and is played back to the goalkeeper, Petko. This is her 66th cap, the most capped player on the team. Borakova, number 3, is second. A doubleheader. It comes all the way back the other way, and it'll roll out. It's still going to belong to Russia. Barbara Sheena's throw. Good turn. Bosikova, very dangerous. Even with 2 players defending against her. Bosikova went out. The ball went out as well. Goal kick for Scurry.
I think the U.S. defense is a bit surprised at the quickness and speed of Bosikova. They're really going to need to keep their eye on her. Here's number 11, Bosikova, in the box. She's just gotten into the box, and it takes 2 U.S. defenders to shut her down.
Coming back to live action. The long ball played inside. Intended for Kristine Lilly. Cleared wide. Foudy will chase it. Picked off on the near side. Russia with a giveaway. Akers deadens it. Try to find Milbrett. Lilly. And Grigorieva will be called for the foul. Free kick coming up. Mia Hamm over the ball. Lilly is there as well, and Akers. Choose your poison if you're the other goalkeeper. Akers is ready. Says the wall is not back 10 yards. Doesn't look close to 10. Now we're getting there. Akers is ready. 17th minute, still scoreless. 97 career goals. Off the wall it goes. Akers will get it back with a run toward the byline. She'll send it across. The referee keeps it in play, but no longer. Throw-in coming up for Russia. And now they're going to change that. USA throw-in.
I want to point out a few things on these throw-ins. Brandi has a very long throw, and you can see Michelle Akers and I believe Carla Overbeck on the behind Akers. They're setting up to try and flick it onto the face of the goal. Let's see how it works.
Chastain's throw, one header across, loose ball, Lilly shot, saved, rebound, and comes out, settled, shot back, and that's deflected away. Corner kick, United States. Still scoreless in the 18th minute. USA and Russia in this U.S. Cup match in Rochester. Sent all the way to the far side. Akers in the air, missed. It's played across. Still loose. This header is high.
Chippy, although the Russians do outsize the U.S. players, it's still important to find Akers on that back post. Look at the throw in here. We've got the two players posting up. Akers actually makes her run out, clears out, and that's a great flick across the face of the goal, but the Russian defense actually organized perfectly by getting in behind the keeper.
Akers clears. Barkova couldn't get it out. Milbrett gets some help. Chastain. She looks to play it across, and that's cleared. Akers settles back. Overbeck. Wide intended for Fawcett. Joy took her eye off because of the pressure from Svetlitskaya. Russia will have the throw in. Joy Fawcett, one of the fastest players in the world, wherever she plays. Right back, right midfielder. She gets it done. Akers on the chase. Michelle picks it up. Hamm. Couldn't split two, but she does draw the foul.
You can bet if she'd gotten through that mess, JP, she would have found somebody because she had three players on her. That means somebody else, and one or two players are open.
Chastain appears to be the one to take this from the far side. Plenty of targets around the 18. 20th minute, still scoreless. Chastain's left-footed shot, though, misses the target. Goal kick coming up for Russia. 5 goals this year so far for Brandi, a converted striker. Now playing in the midfield. She was at the back, but the system changed, and the system has changed the positions of some of the players.
Well, it has. A lot of players have definitely gotten shifted around. I think she probably feels a little more comfortable being in more of an attacking role since she came from that through her whole career before she got moved back to defense.
Switched across. Joy Fawcett's on the chase. Egorova going long. Barbashina with deceptive speed almost got behind Sobrero. That's a nice recovery for Sobrero, former Notre Dame star. This one goes out for a corner. Sobrero got back, but good moves by Barbashina.
Right. She's quick. I think she's really disrupting the U.S. defense. We talked about her in pregame, and she's living up to what we talked about.
Komarova, near side corner. Went to the near post. Look out there. Went off Akers, and then it was cleared. Dimitrenko sends it across. That's a dangerous ball. It was played too slowly across. Bosikova takes the shot. Wide of Briana Scurry.
JP, I want to point out, and we can look for it on the next corner, but Russians only had 4 players in the box. I guess they're very concerned. I think they're very concerned about quick counterattacks by the U.S. Here we'll look at the corner kick. a great ball in the box, but if you can count them, there's only, well, I think it hit Akers in the side of the head there. Briana looked like she was going to get a hand on it, but stopped. Maybe Akers called it.
Back the other way, USA. Hamm, great idea in the back heel. Milbrett will run it down. Tiffeny cuts, looks. Akers. Quick switch to Fawcett, who's pushing further up now. USA trying to find the seams here against this Russian defense. Fawcett looking inside. They were looking longer for Foudy. Akers blasts it. And this one goes out of play for another goal kick.
JP, I want to point out to you something about the Russian defense here. They're playing, it's safe to say they're playing a full bunker. They only have 2 players pushed up. Those 2 players are providing very high pressure when the U.S. has the ball in defense, but after that, everybody is packed back. So the U.S. is going to have to make some adjustments in order to beat that packed defense.
Playing it a bit different than we saw on Tuesday. Tony DiCicco was aware of that possibility of them bunkering.
But to Russia's credit, they get a lot of numbers up on the attack as well. I think it's just purely from work rate.
Throw in for the United States, intended for Hamm. Egorova, number 7, part of that outstanding central midfield for Russia. Now the USA trying to force a little pressure here and come up with a ball. DiCicco. Up the wing. Russia looking to advance. Bosikova double teamed and the foul. Akers came back along with Sobrero. Free kick for Russia. Egorova plays it wide on the left side. Inside the box, Sobrero knocked it down before Bosikova could find it. USA will clear it out. From Frontier Field in Rochester, New York, it's standing room only. You're watching the Nike U.S. Women's Cup, United States versus Russia, scoreless after 24 minutes, along with Wendy Gebauer, a member of the 1991 championship team. I'm John Paul Dellacamera. Thanks for joining us tonight. On a nice cool night now in Rochester. Pearce, Milbrett. Sobrero. Now Foudy sending it inside. Hamm, header. Not that time. Cleared away by Petko. Mia alone the other night had 9 shots against Mexico. That's triple Mexico shots.
Look at this ball by Foudy, back post, and Hamm just challenges her player, gets great, actually from about 13 yards out, which is amazing that she got that much power on it. That was a great opportunity. Keeper makes a great save there.
Vodakova will play it to Dmitrienko. Intercepted. Chastain puts it through. Mia on the right. Cuts it back for Chastain. Instead it was Milbrett. Milbrett. 1-0 USA.
This is absolutely textbook. Chastain places the ball up to Hamm. She plays it back against the grain. The Russian defense, there's no way they could get set for that. And Milbrett just does a great job of tucking it inside the left post.
You think that pass was intended for Milbrett or Chastain, who was closer, it seemed, at the time?
I think initially it was intended for Chastain, but Milbrett did a good job of being patient and being in that slot in case Chastain didn't get to it. But that was a beautifully executed play.
And a nice memory for Milbrett. In her 100th cap, she gets a goal. 1-0 USA, and we'll see what that goal does now to this game. Remember, though, Russia came from 2-0 down against Brazil on Tuesday. Foudy holds from the halfway line. Hamm. Cleared away by Vodakova. Scurry not communicating that time with the defense. Her and Overbeck looking at each other. Akers to Foudy. Former Stanford All-American. Finds Milbrett. You could say the word All-American after most of these players in college. Lilly, another, same as Milbrett. Trying to play it back to her. That's broken up. Played wide, right side. Hamm with a couple of steps, and that's broken up. USA winning it back. And switching all the way across to Christie Pearce. 1-0 USA leading on a Milbrett goal in the 25th minute. This one will be knocked out of play. Off the throw-in, USA still controlling it. You saw the unselfish play, though, of Mia Hamm. She had a chance to take on a defender one-on-one, but she passed it up to a player, two players actually, that had better opportunities.
And don't you think that the whole defense was focusing on her because everything is, everybody's talking about the 100th goal, and that's what allowed her to play that ball back across. It was a brilliant ball.
She has now assisted on the USA's last 5 goals, 4 in the second half the other night, and this one.
That's an amazing statistic.
Chastain looks, plays it wide. Joy Fawcett's in the run, looking for Mia Hamm in the box. It went behind her. It's settled by Milbrett. Here's the shot. Another goal. 2 for Tiffeny.
From the goal, very tough for the defender to handle. Keeper, that's a keeper error, big time. You don't leave that near post open. Milbrett looked up, she saw it, and what a beautifully placed shot.
Milbrett from Fawcett goals are about 3 minutes apart, unofficially. USA now have opened things up like they did the other day against Mexico. Barbara Sheena after that one. Knocked out of play. Igorlova. After a slow start, the USA was out shooting Russia by a 10-2 margin. They were finding the seams. Now they're finding the goals.
Well, I think the biggest difference is they're finding one player, and every opportunity is going to create that width in this new system. Right here we see Fawcett trying to get up and be that player, but that has been the difference. On both goals, they've drawn the defense out. They've pulled them out of the center of the field, which has opened up for the forwards to finish.
Here's Chastain sending it back. Foudy holding. And that's a tough one from behind. Maybe a card. Dimitrenko. I would have thought she would go into the books. Just a foul, no card. Restart coming up.
I think if it happens one more time, we may see a yellow.
Akers and Hamm over the ball. USA has scored on their last 2 shots. Hamm is ready. Here's Mia, striking a bending ball, but it's right at Petko. She looked nervous as that ball was coming toward her, seeing if it was going to do a little bending. She'll clear it out. Bosikova, number 11, broken up. Back to Carla Overbeck, now to Akers. Pearce out of Monmouth College. Lilly. She'll switch it off the right foot to Joy Fawcett, now stretching that Russia defense. Here's Foudy in the middle. Broken up by Barkova. Barkova will hold. Trying to find a wide player, DiCicco. And this is going to go on a play. USA with a 2-0 lead. Both goals by Tiffeny Milbrett. Mia Hamm goalless for now.
If he would talk about team defense, Mia Hamm's the one who came back and forced that ball out of bounds.
Mia Hamm with 4 shots tonight, but some unselfish play. She will give the ball up. She has more assists than anyone else in U.S. soccer history, as well as the goals. Sent all the way across to the near side. Good long run for Foudy, but she'll get it. Julie Foudy cutting around Grigorieva, sending it inside. Chastain wanted to flick it on, but there was no one there. And it's Russia's ball in the 32nd minute. On our Bud Light goal-scoring summary, it's Tiffeny Milbrett right there with assists from Hamm and Fawcett. 2 for Tiffeny, who continues her strong play. She was a super sub back in '95 and a starter ever since. Akers, and anytime she goes down, people hold their breath. She's still down off that tackle. USA will try to win and clear. Chastain does so, knocking it out of play as Michelle Akers is down just over the halfway line, holding her right shoulder.
I think she landed really hard on that shoulder. Take a look at it here. She's just going in really hard on. Oh, she had her hand outstretched, her arm outstretched, and I think landed very hard on that shoulder.
Well, for a person with 12 knee operations, the shoulder is something new. She has battled so hard, and in all fairness, had she not sat out a full year after the '96 Olympics, you'd definitely be looking at someone that would have over 100 goals now and probably the record.
And when you talk to Mia Hamm about that, you know, Mia actually would love for Akers to be the one to get it. She feels like she's a real pioneer in this game, and she's been a key player who has really helped develop the game of women's soccer in the U.S.
Well, at one time, that was the only name in women's soccer, Michelle Akers. 10 goals in World Cup '91. She won the Golden Boot Award. Now they want to make sure she's all right because they're not going to risk anything here. Too many games left and too much at stake and too many good players on the bench.
Right, with the force that she landed on that shoulder, we may be looking at a collarbone injury, maybe. Hopefully she'll be all right.
Debbie Keller is already up. Tisha Venturini is too. Just in case, they will probably let Michelle make this decision on her own, at least to try it here in the 34th minute. With all that she has overcome, she knows her body better than anyone.
And we'll take another look at the foul. She just basically gets sandwiched here, and she's really trying to avoid the tackle and has nothing else to do except for put her arm down, and just the sheer force that she falls on her shoulder with is what probably hurt it.
Yeah. When I saw it live, I thought it was the knee. I thought it was because of the tackle, not the landing. Here's Pearce. Plays it all the way back. Carla Overbeck, former All-American at North Carolina. Won 4 titles there, as did most of the players that played at Carolina.
She actually never lost a game at Carolina.
That's even more amazing. Akers after it. Now it's Pearce. Michelle not afraid to go into that tackle. Sobrero intended for Akers. Look at Michelle battle. Chastain. Left side to Milbrett. She'll bend it in. Broken up. Mia Hamm pounces on it. Goal! That's it! 100 for Mia! Gone where no man has ever gone in international soccer, and only 2 women have. She has now joined the 100-goal club. Some of the pressure, Wendy, is off.
No doubt about it. And on this goal, you could tell she wanted it so bad. She just reared back, and on this one, the goal did get ripped off on that shot. She had everything she put into it.
Milbrett set her up for this historic goal.
Cross was picture book. It's bending away from the goal. shot. And the celebration.
Get out of the way. Mia's got 100. Tremendous ovation from the crowd here in Rochester, right up until they kicked it off again. So the fans came and saw what they wanted to see. Mia getting her 100th. Milbrett gets her 100th cap. The only thing left is for the USA to win it and make it 3 to hit that century mark tonight. Foudy. Now it's Akers. Lilly looking. Mia behind the defense. They'll catch up. The shot is too high.
That's pretty much all Hamm could do on that because the counterattack was generated so quickly. Here we see a ball. That ball was served by Lilly. Nobody's in the box for Hamm to even take her time to settle it. So good choice for her to take that shot.
Here's the USA settling with Lilly. A tight 0-0 match has broken out into a goal fest for the USA. It's a 3-0 lead. The other way comes Barbashina. Almost caught Scurry backing up. But Briana had the near post covered.
Briana had that covered, but also Sobrero needs to be careful. She actually took Barbashina down in the box and was, I think, lucky to come out of that without a call.
Overbeck working it to Fawcett. Oh, the rust has disappeared off this U.S. team. Here's Pearce. Scurry's had only to make 1 save so far tonight. This one goes out. Milbrett, who assisted on the goal by Hamm, has 2 goals and 1 assist tonight. Lilly cutting inside. That's broken up and cleared out. USA will have a throw-in. She has made our Bud Light goal-scoring summary, but more importantly, Mia Hamm has made history with her 100th goal. Minute 35, the official time. Congratulations to Mia Hamm for hitting that milestone. Throw in now towards Mia. On the turn, drawing 2 defenders, trying to play it across. She had Milbrett, but the ball was picked off. Milbrett applauding her effort there. Mosakova can't get it. Instead, it's a USA throw-in from the far side. Fawcett switching it across. Pearce playing it to the back. Akers pushing wide. Back for Michelle. Keeping it on the ground off the touch for Milbrett, and then Chastain. Finally, Russia will get a touch on it. The Russian midfield has all but disappeared now in this game. Can't remember the last time Briana touched the ball.
Well, the Russian strength comes in the center of the park, and now the U.S. on every chance is trying to get the ball wide, so that makes sense that they have shut down that midfield.
Join ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC next year as the Norway team tries to defend their World Cup title in the United States. You'll see many of these players that you're seeing today for the United States in action. And these Russian players as well, if they can get by Finland in the World Cup qualifier. That's next summer. All the games televised. ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2. It'll be a summer to remember. Throw in on the far side. And this one is cleared out of play. Mia Hamm slowly getting up. Her 11th goal in the last 6 games, with this one nowhere near completion. Mia ready on the far side. That foul was called before that ball went out of play. The direct free kick coming up. Here's Mia looking, keeping it on the ground. It's deflected away. Grigorieva comes away with it on the left wing. Keeping it on the ground. USA will bottle it up and clear back towards Pearce. Carla Overbeck See how the defenders switch positions. You got Overbeck now on this left side, Pearce more in the middle. They'll do that from time to time.
That's right. They're playing a flat back four, but really that the player on the opposite side makes the run up into the attack as soon as they can, so it's more like a rotating flat back four. We talked about this before the first game. The reason they've made this adjustment is because they feel the rest of the world is getting a little more sophisticated. They want to make sure they can adapt.
Scurry. Overbeck. And that's picked off. Grigorieva turning it back inside. Stripped from behind. Foudy with a great defensive touch. Sobrero wins it. Plays it wide right. Hamm looked for Milbrett. Igorleva clears. And this one too ambitious. USA will recover it. Final game of the U.S. Women's Cup coming up on Sunday. The USA will take on Brazil. That's at 3 Eastern Time, noon Pacific, Sunday on ESPN. Brazil, by the way, won their first game today against Mexico, 11-0. 6 goals for Rosalie, 4 for Briana, 1 for Nene. Dimitrenko, and just cleared it out. Not what she wanted to do. Throw in coming up for the USA. Lilly kept it in play nicely. Little jersey pulling, just like in the men's game. Here's Lilly playing it across. And that one goes out. Another corner kick coming up for the United States.
Hamm is having to take this with her left foot because there's not enough room for an actual server with her right, which would be her choice on this side.
5th USA corner kick. Played across, deflected out, given away to Lilly. On the dribble, toward the byline, she's broken up. Mia Hamm going in there. Against Barbashina, she wanted on the tackle. Foudy. Julie Foudy looks up quick, finds Hamm on the left. That patented move back to the right foot, plays it across. Barbashina has it picked up by Pearce, who immediately tried to put it on target, but that one goes wide. Put back in play by Russia for the complete game. It's ESPN's Baseball Tonight. The most comprehensive baseball program on television is now even better. Carl Ravitch will be joined by Peter Gammons and former Major Leaguers Harold Reynolds and Ray Knight. That's Baseball Tonight. Tonight at 10. They'll tell you about Sosa and McGuire. We'll tell you about Hamm. She's already got her 100. And it came in the 35th minute. Lilly trying to set the table again. Down to the right side. The cross for Mia. Header. Goal! Her second. 101 and counting.
Person she went over to thank was Milbrett. Look at this great touch to beat Burakova. That's tough to do. She's a very good defender. And Hamm just gets one step inside her defender. Keeper's pushed over and places it right where she needs to. That's absolutely beautiful.
So Milbrett has figured in every goal. 2 goals, 2 assists. Mia celebrates number 101. The USA recovering. Now it's Pearce. And it's knocked out of play. And Russia have been rocked now for 4 quality goals. Igorleva will play it across. We're told there'll be some 3 minutes of stoppage time put on. Throw in coming up for the United States. The dynamic duo. This is updated. 33 goals, 28 assists this year, and they're not through yet. Maybe not through tonight.
The thing that's amazing is they just keep getting better and better and better.
Their chemistry now is outstanding. Before they were just 2 great players playing up top. Now they read each other well and look for each other. Foudy across to Milbrett. Milbrett sending it up. Lilly settles, flicks it on. Foudy shot! Looked like a good one. but just too high. But does anyone have better presence around that box than Christine Lilly in finding someone open?
Well, it's twice we've seen her actually juggle the ball over a defender and still maintain possession of it. She's so flashy. We haven't seen her in the either goal or assist category yet, but I'm certain that we will before the end of the game.
Brandi didn't miss by much. Still 4-0 for the United States. But it's a misleading score if you compared it to the Mexico game. This was a lot harder than the Mexico game, which was 5-0 at halftime. 2 goals for Mia Hamm on our Bud Light goal-scoring summary. That one in the 45th minute for Mia. Some of that pressure, as we talked about at the top, is now off. But you know that many fans will want her to break that record of 108.
I would say on the roll that she's on right now, that's inevitable for her to beat, to set that world record. I think a couple other players, like we talked about the Brazilians that are scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah.
In the near future, will probably be up there vying for that position as well.
Milbrett will switch it across. Fawcett to Hamm. Mia on the turn. Try to set up her teammate, Joy Fawcett, who works hard at trying to win the ball back. Igorova with it. We're in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. A ball played through. The flag is up. Russia is offside as Scurry comes out.
That's very good defensive organization by Overbeck in the back there. The defense is playing a very high restraining line, which means it's very important for Bry to play off her line when that ball comes through.
Off a deflection, it'll come all the way back. Petko nearly miskicks it. We're 3 minutes into stoppage time. Foudy holds. Still with it. Lays it back for Fawcett. Lilly ridden off the ball. Back the other way comes Russia. Played long. Barbashina couldn't get it from Burakova. That's as far upfield as Burakova has gone so far today, near the halfway line. Here's Akers. Over 3.5 minutes gone in stoppage time as this one rolls out of play. Another look at the watch, but we're still going. Markova cleared upfield. Barbashina wants Bosikova. Sobrero did well to get in the way of that. Foudy. U.S. working as hard right now with a 4-0 lead as they did when it was 0-0. Maybe harder. Out of play it goes. USA throw in. Great work by Foudy against 2 Russian players. And the first half will come to a close, but fans got to see a bit of history tonight. USA out shooting Russia 18-3, and Mia Hamm with a couple of goals on this historical, magical night in Rochester, New York. Standing room only, watching the United States rock Russia. It's 4-0 here at halftime. Welcome back, everyone, to Rochester, New York, where the United States leads Russia 4-0. 2 goals for Mia Hamm, including 100 and 101. U.S. Cup 98. We're going to remember it for all of the great goals that have been scored so far and the many goals to come. Let's take you back now to the first 2 games and show you how many made it to the back of the net. U.S. Cup 98 began last Saturday in Foxborough, the USA versus Mexico. Mexico looked pretty strong in the first 16, 17 minutes. But then it all broke loose on some nice passing inside. Tiffeny Milbrett will work it to the left after getting the feed from Pearce, sending it across. A mistake by the Mexico defense, and Mia Hamm makes them pay her first of 2. Then it was Milbrett looking for Christine Lilly, and she'll get her first of 2 as well. 2 goals just minutes apart. USA up 2-0. Then the farthest shot of the night that went into the back of the net from Tiffeny Milbrett from about 25 yards out. 3-0 USA. Then some more great passing. Hamm and Lilly, we've seen this before, North Carolina and internationally. Watch what happens. Watch Mia follow the ball, but nobody follows Mia Hamm. Great goal scorers have the knack of being in the right place at the right time, and that's Mia. This is Julie Foudy finding Christine Lilly. She'll use mostly her left foot to score goals this time, or rocking off the right foot to extend the lead. More scoring from the United States on a Joy Fawcett header after MacMillan had scored a goal before. Mia Hamm set up the last 4 goals. Here's another to Venturini. But Mia wasn't done setting the table. Here's Venturini starting it. finding Mia Hamm down the left side. Again, another mistake by the Mexico defense, and Mia Hamm will find Debbie Keller. This will be the final goal of the night as the USA romps over Mexico. It's a 9-0 final. Days later, in Oneonta, New York, Russia and Brazil would meet. Watch Fawcett. She had a strong first half before they took her out. This one was nearly a goal right off the post. Then watch the 1-2, Pertinha and Rosalie. Pertinha would end up getting the goal for Brazil. It's a 1-0 lead. Then, before the half would end, Katja would send Pertinha through for an easy finish, and it looked like Brazil was off and rolling. But don't count out the Russians. Barbashina, after the nice dribbling by Grigorieva, she'll put this one home to give Russia a chance. Then watch this save. Save of the tournament so far by Marvelinia. Still a 2-1 game. Rosalie would make some great moves. Looking to put this one out of reach. Could she? No. Right off the crossbar. More from Rosalie. One of the stars to watch, certainly, in the next Women's World Cup. Doing everything right, but the shot was too high. Then a second half sub becomes a hero. Lechashova. She makes it 2-2. And she would score again, but the flag, actually the flag didn't go up. The referee said no goal because of the offside. The flag went up later. 2-2 is the final. This one they would have 6 points, but Brazil could end up winning if they beat them on Sunday.
Oh, what a great matchup that we'll have on Sunday. I think Brazil's a very improved team. The U.S. is on a roll. It should be a great match.
United States leading.
And Mark McGuire.
To New York at halftime, Mia Hamm has 2 goals, including goal number 100, as the United States is leading Russia by the score of 4-0. Saturday live at 3:30 Eastern on ABC Sports. It's college football regional action. Don't miss it when top-ranked Ohio State hosts Missouri. BYU storms Seattle when they take on Washington. Texas battles Kansas State, and the Clemson Tigers head to Charlottesville to meet Virginia. Don't forget to check your local listings for the game in your area and call your cable or satellite company. ESPN, excellent soccer programming network, so they say here in Rochester, New York, and they're loving this program tonight. USA 4, Russia no score. New York was buzzing tonight. Everyone was talking about Mia Hamm before the game. Would she or wouldn't she? Most people said that she would. The United States is leading Russia by the score of 4-0. And she did, along with Wendy Gebauer and John Paul Della Camera. It took a while before Mia Hamm would score, but I think that's because Tiffeny Milbrett took over right away.
Well, it's great to see Milbrett do so well. She got the first 2 goals in her 100th cap. What a great night for Milbrett. But then Mia Hamm took over. It was just unbelievable. She just wanted this goal so bad, the 100th goal here. She broke the ice finally with a great ball through. Actually, this is Milbrett's first goal. Tucked it right inside the near post. What made that ball so perfect is Mia Hamm's pass to her. And again, we'll take a look. This is another goal. Joy serves it across, bending ball away from the defense. The defender really has a hard time clearing it. And Milbrett just sends a rocket near post. That is a defensive error by the goalkeeper. Here we'll look at Milbrett's cross. Bending ball with her left foot away. Again, the defense has a really tough time clearing it. This is Mia Hamm's 100th goal. She rips the net off the back of the goal. And a misclear by the defense again. This is Mia Hamm's 100th goal. She just hits it perfectly. Here's a great ball through to Milbrett, and she serves a great ball back, and Mia Hamm just beats her defender by 1 step, heads it home. Absolutely great finish.
Move over, Big Mac, says that person. Mark McGuire hit one tonight, though, too. Mia has 100. We're coming back for the second half. Update your charts.
Today, your TV has more channels than ever before. But Media One knows it's not about more. It's about more of what you're into. That's why we've just created Next TV. Because maybe you're into this, or all of this. Next TV gives you a range of premium movie packages to choose from. And new ways of watching just what you want to watch. It all adds up to a whole new way of watching TV. Media One. This is broadband. This is the way.
Call now for a limited time offer. 1-877-GO-NEXT-TV.
Whether you're into skiing or snowboarding, Ken Jones Ski Mart and Snowboard Jones have what you want. Guaranteed low price, the largest selection, and award-winning service. With over 30 years of experience, you're dealing with experts who really know what they're talking about. 3-time Snow Country Magazine Top Shop Award winners. Ken Jones Ski Mart and Snowboard Jones, across from the Mall of New Hampshire in Manchester.
The Eagles take on the Arizona Cardinals on ESPN Sunday Night Football.
I wonder if Tidwell will play. I like that Rod Tidwell. He has heart.
I believe Tidwell played college ball at Arizona State.
Sun Devils. He was quite a player.
It was a movie, you chowderheads. There's no Rod Tidwell. He was a movie character in the Jerry McHoulihan movie.
With the defending
He has heart.
ESPN Sunday Night Football. It all begins with NFL prime time at 7:30.
From 16 distant lands we gather. An epic battle where only one will emerge victorious. Women's World Cup Soccer. Coming to the U.S. in June 1999. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Women's World Cup. This is my game. Watch me play.
Today's Nike U.S. Women's Cup 98 action, USA versus Russia on ESPN, is being brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. By Kodak Max Film, it's all you need to know about film. And by United Airlines, you deserve a higher level of service. That's why United Airlines is rising. And play has just started here in the second half. USA has made one substitution with Venturini replacing Michelle Akers. We're not sure if that was because of the shoulder injury that she appeared to suffer or not. She had played the rest of the half after being brought down around the 33rd minute. USA in white on the ball, and they will just knock it out for a throw-in. So Venturini gets a call here. She's only started half the games this year, was a starter last year, and they could play for really any team in the world. But right now, depth has been a problem. Talked about her and Shannon MacMillan. MacMillan bothered by a hamstring injury today, so she was not expected to play after scoring her first goal in over a year last week. U.S. Soccer and ESPN would like to thank Bud Light and all the other U.S. Soccer sponsors for allowing today's game action to be brought to you commercial-free. Right side, Fawcett on the touch. Chastain from Overbeck. Played wide to the right side. Now switched across. USA working on the possession game. Milbrett, who had a couple of goals and a couple of assists already. One away from the hat trick, same as Hamm. 4-0 USA leading here in the early moments of the second half. Throw-in coming up for Russia on the far side. Still looking to generate something. Only a few shots for Russia in that first half of play. USA dominated in all of the stats. Grigorieva plays it up. Egorova, number 7. Looking to turn. No flag went up until then.
You can see Overbeck there had her hand up. She was adamant. She completely stopped her run on defense. She was adamant that the player was off, and from up here it looked pretty definitive. I think going into the second half, at halftime probably the Russian coach tried to make a couple of adjustments. Where they were struggling is in the center of the park, and because the strength with Akers and Foudy in there, it's really tough for them to develop the play in the middle of the park. So what they're probably going to try and do is get a little bit more play out wide, which in this new U.S. system is where the U.S. is a little bit vulnerable.
Well, the Russian coach said he wanted to check out this level to see where Russia stacks up and see the rest of the way the world's game is evolving in terms of the women's play. So he's getting that. He's looking at Brazil, a different style team than the U.S. And he's going to use this certainly to try and make his side better. Hetko should not have bothered with that one. I thought it was deflected last by the USA, and if you're going to go after that, you've got to get it. Corner kick. She struggled tonight. This is totally unlike her performance on Tuesday.
Right, she had an excellent performance against Brazil on Tuesday. probably a little bit unnerving with the front runners that are coming at her all game long for the United States.
Mia Hamm ready for the corner. Striking it to the far post. This one gets away. Goal kick coming up for Svetlana Petko. Coach Yuri Bistritsky hoping that his side can qualify for World Cup 99. He thinks they can. Feels strongly that they'll do well against Finland. That's in October, the second leg. They're up 2-1 in the aggregate.
Well, I don't think that there's any better preparation than the fact that they came here to play in this tournament.
His side has faced 18 shots. All of those coming in that first half. 18-3 was the edge. This is also going to be a taste for Russia if they do come here next year in the World Cup to go up against really a hostile crowd or a not-so-friendly crowd. This is home field advantage for the United States, which they will have in all of the stadiums.
Brandi Chastain has actually settled into Michelle Akers' role here, so you can see she's going to be that playmaker that is going to be key in getting the point of the attack developed.
And Venturini is moving up farther than Akers was going. Cleared away. Grigorieva holds, waits. Not a well-timed run on that left side. Barbashina, a little more patience, and she could have blown free on that left wing.
I think initially she was offsides when Grigorieva had the ball at her foot, and that was a tactical decision, a very good one by Grigorieva to hold the ball. But the U.S. defense had 2 men on her and were able to shut her down without a problem.
On the dribble to give us to Milbrett. Milbrett holds, cuts it back inside, right down the middle, right down the core of the defense. Tiffeny Milbrett gets it back. Lilly plays it wide. The Hamm shot. I was going to say souvenir country, but you do have to give the ball back. It's not like baseball that's played here. Sometimes they throw them back. Sometimes they keep them, but not soccer.
I'm surprised she threw that ball back. With this
Hold it for a little while.
Moment here.
Hold it for a little while.
That's right.
Russia will play it near side. Svetlinskaya. And this one goes out of play. I'm a bit surprised that the Russian coach hasn't gone to his bench because they played so well on Tuesday, but if this is his starting 11, he may want to test them against the best.
Well, we may see Ledishova come in because she was so effective finishing in the box. But at this point, he's definitely staying with his starters.
Grigorieva plays it back to Petko. Settled. Overbeck lost it. Here comes Russia. Bosikova has an option to the right. In the box, the shot was too high. Komarova had the best chance all night for Russia.
Here's a great look at it. Top of the box again. Drew the defense over to the right side, and then Komarova maybe should have taken a few lessons from Barbashina on the goal that she scored against Brazil. When you get in the box like that, just be very composed so that you have the opportunity to make decisions. Buy yourself some time in there.
Only the 4th shot tonight for Russia. Nothing to show for it. USA with 4 goals on their 18 shots. Venturini playing it wide on the left side. This is knocked out of play by Russia. Throw it for the USA deep. Looking inside. They were looking for Foudy. This goes out again. It'll be another USA throw. Off that throw in, near side. And this one goes out of play. Finally, it belongs to Russia. Here in the 53rd minute. In front of a standing room only crowd in Frontier Field, Rochester, New York. This could be a home one day, Rochester, for a Major League Soccer franchise, especially if they get a new facility. That's what they're asking for.
Well, everybody you've talked to here said that this is truly a soccer town, and they just absolutely love it. They love having the teams in here, so that I think would be a great opportunity.
Bud Light game summary, 2 for Milbrett, 2 for Hamm, and a couple of assists for Milbrett as well. That's not Tony saying get the camera away. He's telling players to push up, if I'm reading that correctly. Foudy played it across, 1 touch back. Milbrett tried to give it up to Venturini, and it's cleared. Long attempt was faked by Chastain. Venturini turns off a deflection. Brandi almost got to that ball. It's cleared back towards the halfway line. And out of play it goes. Throw in coming up for the United States for Lilly. Here's Venturini. Tisha Venturini sending it long. Intended for Hamm. Well, the crowd has seen Hamm get 2 goals, including 100 and 101. Now they'd probably love to just see the hat trick if they can. And whatever else comes their way. Here's Mia on the right side. Knocked out. Worked hard to get that corner for the United States. 6-1 for the U.S. They've got a 4-0 lead. Mia Hamm sending it to the near side. It went all the way across the goal mouth, and now it's cleared away. If you were hearing sounds of what you thought was a train, by the way, that's correct. It runs right outside the stadium. Michelle Akers, we will presume, is okay. If there was anything serious, she would not be on the bench. She might have a wrap there around the shoulder. It looks like it is puffy, maybe a brace or something, but she's all right to watch the rest of this game, obviously.
Probably a smart decision to pull her out of the game because she plays through so much pain, and that, may be the reason that she has hurt herself over time. So it's good to see them rest her, and hopefully she'll get better soon.
Russia will have the ball upfield as we continue with the action from Rochester. 56th minute of play. 4-0. USA leading over Russia. Cleared away out of the back by Sobrero. Back the other way. Into space it comes. Here's Mia. Playing it back. On the turn, it's Foudy. Julie Foudy's pass back. Picked off. Igorova. Not as much a factor today as she was on Tuesday, but blame that on the USA. Foudy tried to win it back on one play. Look at the scrambles over the halfway line. Then there's Lilly after Chastain went in. Barkova gets it. Kamarova, who almost had one earlier. Down the right side. Bosikova needs to drive this ball across. Barbashina's breaking. Bosikova now had no room to cross it. Place it back. Igorova will switch. This is some quality stuff for Russia. No foul call on that side. USA will get it, but after 5 or 6 good touches, Russia almost put themselves at least in position to score. Chastain. Now Venturini. Robin Confer's getting ready to come on. And the preliminary indication is that Mia Hamm will be coming out, and no doubt so that the crowd can recognize her rather than take her out as they could have at halftime. They'll save her for Sunday. The USA have other players that they're thinking about bringing in as well. They've not gone to their bench as quickly as they did the other night because this is a different game than was played against Mexico. And I think Tony DiCicco wants to get a little more experience with this new system against a more physical team, a more aggressive team, and a more skilled team than they played against the other night.
Well, early indications before the Mexico game were that they felt that the new system would work well because Mexico wasn't as strong a side as Russia or Brazil will be. It didn't really expose the weaknesses, and you're right about that, JP. They need to work out the kinks, especially on defense.
Chastain plays it up. Mia Hamm on one of what we expect is her final plays of this match to Milbrett. And Mia almost set it up for Tiffeny. She's looking toward the bench, and she is going to be coming out as soon as the referee acknowledges it. Late whistle, we're going to do it. Referee is looking over, and Mia Hamm is coming out to a standing ovation in front of over 13,000 here in Rochester, the 8th largest crowd at the stadium all time. Robin Confer comes on, but the hand is for Mia Hamm. You would think she was a hometown girl the way she was greeted before the game, during it, and now.
Everybody loves her. She's truly emerged as just a women's sports figure, not just a soccer figure. She transcends women's sports.
She will sell some tickets for next year's Women's World Cup. She already has. Here's Foudy coming back. Long shot. A mistake on the rebound. And then Petco came up with it. Lilly was chasing in. Sara Whalen is up on the USA bench. She played the other night. She's doubled her games this year compared to last year. Of course, she's out of college now, so she has much more time. Here's Foudy. Switching. Joy Fawcett holds. Quick touch back and confusion there between Milbrett and Fawcett, and a lot of space now down on this left wing side. DiCicco stopped the run, plays it up, but Scurry is there. DiCicco had another 20 yards where she could have gone, but it was still a good ball. Here's Venturini. They're announcing tonight's attendance. Here's Chastain. Wide to the left is Pearce. In the battle for it, Venturini comes away with it. Tisha Venturini had Foudy there, almost got that ball through. Grigorieva can't get her pass up the middle. Good second effort and a third. Bosakova had Grigorieva, but she couldn't find her on that turn. Komarova. Now the whistle will stop play on that foul. Russia's ball. Mia Hamm's day is done. Through the years, a look at all of the numbers. 18 goals coming into today's game, now 20. A very consistent player, but this is the most goals she's ever scored in a single year. And her assists are up there too. 18 coming into today, and she had one earlier. This one goes on a play. Throw in coming up for the USA. They're trying to take Brandi Chastain out, and that's acknowledged by the referee. Brandi Chastain leaves. Save her for Sunday as well. Sara Whalen comes on, who had a great college career at the University of Connecticut. The problem for Sara Whalen, with all her talent, is to find the position for her to play.
Right, she's very, very versatile, as you said. She can play. We saw her in the college day as a front runner. She's been converted into a defender or an outside marking back. And so it's tough to see where she's actually going to punch in this system.
Kind of ironic. Most of the players on the national team go from being a converted forward, switch to the back. She was at the back and then played up front in college. Down the far side, Bosakova. Couple of nice fakes and turns. Inside the 18, Bosakova drawing defenders, two of them in fact. Held it too long. And this ball is going to be cleared all the way out.
Here's a look at Robin Confer. It's nice to see her again in the game. She's a graduate of UNC and looking to earn a position in residency with the national team. And keep your eyes open. If she gets a free kick, I don't know anybody that can hit them better than her.
USA's ball deep in their own territory. Tomorrow will be a travel day for these teams, heading to Richmond on Sunday for another doubleheader. We'll televise that second one for you, USA versus Brazil. Back the other way, United States attacking. Confer, Foudy. Julie Foudy's in, plays it back, shot, right at Petco. Good passing as Milbrett was looking for the hat trick. And that might be the main reason Tony DiCicco is keeping her out there. 100th cap and celebrate it with 3 if you can. And there are other players he wants to look at too. Milbrett that time almost got behind the defense for a Venturini pass. Wide to Lilly. There's no quit in Kristine Lilly, the continuous fight.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. She's so versatile as well. She can play defense, she can play offense, and she works 200% every game.
24-4 is the shot count now for the United States against Russia. Mia Hamm tonight has outshot the Russians. Russia will send this one up. Headed away by Overbeck. Grigorieva. Foudy missed on that tackle. Grigorieva stays with it. On the cut, then the shot. Scurry reaching to get to that. Touched it. Corner kick. So Bry's second save, but by far better than the first.
So tough for a keeper to remain focused during these games. Bry's got to make that save. If she knows it's wide, let it go wide. Don't touch it. You don't want to give up a corner kick against this height on the Russian side.
9 shutouts this year for Scurry. Only allowed some 15 goals all year. Take away 4 in one game against Norway. That's her only loss. Set all the way across. Deflected wide. Coming over. Looks for it. Here's the long shot, and Scurry will let that one go out. Frontier Field, great crowd tonight, over 13,000 watching the Nike U.S. Women's Cup 98 game between the USA and Russia. USA is leading by a 4-0 count. Along with Wendy Gebauer, I'm John Paul Dellacamera. We thank you for joining us tonight. USA trying to stretch that shutout streak. Scurry, by the way, has given him 9 goals, not 15, as I said before, but the 4 were against Norway, so you take those away, and that goes against average is even better. Milbrett and Foudy combining. Debbie Keller is up by the 4th official. Getting ready to check in for Julie Foudy. Joy Fawcett holds. USA up 4-0 against Russia. Looking for their second win and 14th overall in U.S. Cup play. USA has never lost.
Not a bad record.
No, this tournament that they started back in '94, then known as the Chiquita Cup. Venturini looks, broken up. Grigorieva. Bosakova, nice ball. Down the right side. And it sort of looked like Barbashina took herself out of that play by running wider. Seemed to have the angle. Igorova will pick it up.
Unless she can take that ball directly to goal, she really doesn't have the supporting cast in the box yet because they aren't playing with a lot of players up. They're playing with a packed defense.
Russia now advancing. Komarova to the byline. Cuts it back nicely. Igorova holds. Looks. Chips it across, and that's cleared. Komarova holds. Tries to play it up the wing. Being chased back by Lilly. Played across, and it's cleared out of the box. Russia keeps it in play. Still hustling, still fighting, down by 4 goals here. Borkova on a bouncer that Scurry will come up with. 67th minute. USA up by 4. Letchishova, who scored the goal the other night against Brazil, is warming up for Russia, getting ready to come on. Right side, played back. Here's Overbeck. Switch to Pearce. USA looking to send some more numbers forward. Confer's over there on the side along with Milbrett, but it goes out. USA's ball deep in the 68th minute. That's Debbie Keller, who scored in the last game. And she's getting ready to come on now for Julie Foudy, and we'll see if Russia won't make a switch as well. You can make up to 5 subs in U.S. Cup competition, and Julie Foudy is at the end of her day. Another great effort from Julie Foudy, one of the more unsung players you would have to think on this U.S. squad.
Oh, there's no question about it. She's been around since the beginning of time. I think she started, how old was she, JP? 15 when she started on the national team.
The newspaper was wrong, wasn't it, today, when they aged her, though, by 4 years?
Yeah, they're making me sound young, actually.
I don't know if Julie read that. They listed her at 31. She's 27. Played wide to the right side. Here's Debbie Keller looking on the first touch, and this one gets by. Out of play it goes, but it's going to stay USA's ball. Keller got that final goal the other night against Mexico on the feed from Hamm. In the box it comes. Lilly turning, holding by Budakova. A ball I thought was out the entire ball, and that's what the referee's assistant will say as well.
I think Lilly was hoping for a foul to be called against the Russian team there. They were holding on to her jersey, but they were trying to give her the, play on opportunity. Just didn't work out in their favor.
Letyushova has come on the field for Barbashina.
We'll point out that Letyushova scored coming off the bench against Brazil on Tuesday. She's a very lethal finisher in the box.
And we think she scored twice, actually. That last goal was ruled offside with about 3 minutes to go in the game. Otherwise, Brazil would have been stunned in that game by Russia. Not many people gave Russia a chance going into that, and Russia seemed to be the better team despite the fact that they were outshot.
And at the end of the game, they were actually celebrating like it was a victory for them. They knew tying Brazil was a huge victory.
Shannon MacMillan is stretching on the sideline, so perhaps that hamstring injury is okay because they'll give it a go momentarily when they can make another switch.
Tiffany, I want to point out a few adjustments that, and purely the depth too as well in the U.S. midfield. When Whalen came in, they actually pushed Biefeld into the playmaking role that Akers and Brandi Chastain had, and now they've pulled Lilly back in when Keller went up top. So they just have a lot of depth in that midfield.
Ball is cleared long by Overbeck. You just lapsed into a bad habit. You used the maiden name, Biefeld.
I did.
Yeah, Joy Fawcett. If Walt's listening.
Sorry, Walter.
Yeah, if Walt's listening and the kids. Here's the long shot. And it's stopped easily by Petko. Petko clears. All the way back to the halfway line. The chase is there. Fawcett after it. Grigorieva. I'm still amazed at the stamina of the Russian players and the fight, despite the fact that they're down. Heads are not down. They're still pressing forward.
They have to feel good about their performance, even though they're down by a score of 4-0. They have not given up, and they've had some nice attacks that have developed.
Off that free kick, Letyushova was there, and then she crashes into Scurry. Got to be a card. And the yellow card is out to Letyushova. There was some serious momentum of Letyushova's coming into Scurry, but I thought she could have held up, at least watching it live.
Here we'll take a look at it. Balls in the box there, and, it's hard to say, really. Bry maybe was trying to defend herself and kind of played into her a little bit. But that just shows you the determination by Letyushova.
Yeah. It seemed like Scurry was pushing that way, defending herself. Made it look worse when we saw it live. Letyushova, though, does get the yellow card. Switched across now to the right side. Here's Sara Whalen holding it. Played up the wing. Now to the right side. Here's Confer looking to get back. Sending it across. Venturini. And that one goes away. Petko will be putting it in play. USA 4, Russia no score. From Rochester, and Tiffeny Milbrett will also get a nice ovation coming out for Shannon MacMillan. They play together in Portland and in Japan, and here on the U.S. national team. MacMillan in, Milbrett out. I think Tiffany's one of the most improved players I've seen over the last 3 or 4 years on this team.
And as I mentioned earlier, she keeps getting better and better and better. And we talk about Hamm's explosion, but Milbrett, that's her strength, is her explosion. I mean, she just comes from out of nowhere. First 2 or 3 steps are unbelievable.
Letyushova on the throw-in upfield, and a bad throw-in, an improper throw-in. So the USA will get it. Sara Whalen, 21 goals last year when they moved her up. And she was an outstanding sweeper before they put her as a striker. UConn had a great year women's soccer-wise.
We saw one of the greatest victories by UConn ever, I think, upsetting Notre Dame in the semifinals last year. And it was a Sara Whalen show.
Komarova on the far side. USA out shooting Russia 26-6. It was 34-3 against Mexico the other day when Hamm had 9 of them. Out of play it goes. Throw-in coming up here for Russia. 74th minute now. USA trying to preserve the shutout. That seems to be the only thing in question right now. Russia was called for the offside, one of the few we have had today so far. Mia Hamm left today with 8 shots. U.S. Women's Cup action earlier. Brazil won over Mexico. Guess who the leading scorer is now in the tournament? Rosalie and Pertinha coming up with great matches today. And it's Brazil versus the USA. Can these two score against the United States? And will the USA still have that shutout streak going by Sunday? Check it out here on ESPN. Here's Venturini. USA will switch. Whalen. That's broken up. Coming back the other way. Russia on the attack. Quiet night for Slevitskaya so far. Here's the long shot that goes over the bar. 75th minute. 4-0 USA as Scurry will put it back in play. Don't forget to join ESPN2 for First Division Soccer from Spain, the Spanish Primera Division, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific on Monday. Some of the best players in the world and some of the best teams playing in Spain. Barcelona and Real Madrid on Monday.
All the noise was from the crowd doing the wave, JP. I remember it was a funny story. It reminds me of China in '91. They started the wave and they didn't know how to stop it. It just kept going on and on and on. 70,000 people.
Throw in coming up, USA, and this one gets away. China had great attendance back in 1991, but not sure about the paid crowd. We heard a lot of those tickets were given away. The U.S. has already sold more tickets in Sweden in '95 and still without a full major advertising push. This is just sales to the soccer community, so greater days are ahead.
I think it has a lot to do with the faces like Mia Hamm and Tisha Venturini, Carla, Overbeck, Christine, Lilly. All those players are really becoming icons for young girls out there. They aspire to be like them. The sport is just growing in leaps and bounds.
Korokova will clear it away. We've got a throw-in coming up on the far side for the United States. And there's what Wendy was talking about. Great crowd in Rochester tonight. Tremendous atmosphere right from the opening kickoff. They sensed that they might be a part of history, and they have been. It's unfortunate in front of over 35,000 the other night that Mia couldn't have scored, although she tried. With that crowd supporting her, she couldn't get to 100 in front of that big turnout, but she came through tonight with a couple. Foul call on that far side on Russia. USA will put it in play. Venturini had one of the 9 goals the other night against Mexico. Venturini holds. Right side, Whalen. And that's picked off. Grigorieva. The touch from Bosakova. And then it's played all the way back to Briana Scurry by Kate Sobrero. Pearce, 77th minute. Venturini. Joy Fawcett holds. Sends it wide, right sideline. Sarah Whalen looking, cutting. Here's Lilly. Wants it on the left foot. A bending ball to the far side. I thought from this angle it might have snuck in.
Well, Petco did a great job in moving her feet to get over there so she wasn't lunging or reaching for the ball. That was a great shot by Lilly with absolutely no time and space. Take a look at it at the top of the box here. She's got defenders closing in from all sides and just rips it far post, but Petco does a good job of getting over there.
Coming back is Sobrero. Wide to the left side, it's Pearce. USA trying to attack. And this one goes out again for a throw-in for the United States. And attack is what they've done all night. Heading for another 30-shot performance. Being able to get a win tonight and being able to gain some experience for their bench players, rest other players who have shared a lot of the load so far in 1998. It's all working out pretty well so far tonight in Rochester. From the left side, here's Pearce. Cutting it back. Overbeck applauds that. Fawcett. Keller on the turn. Off Lilly. Lilly's got it back. Spun around from one player. Fawcett sticks in, wins it. Joy Fawcett will play it wide. Possession game has looked good for the United States here, especially in the second half, even with all the subs. Played now inside for Lilly. She tried that reverse header on the flick. Petko plays it up for Grigorieva. She lost it. May get it back with this hustle. All the way back it comes. Keller looks for it. So does Confer. Got some hungry players out there that want more playing time for the United States. All those subs. Some trying to get back in the starting lineup. Some just trying to be a part of the team. It'll be 20 that'll be playing in the next World Cup compared to 16 in the Olympics. USA will work it out of the back. Near the halfway line they come. Pearce slows it down. USA looking, shooting long, and that goes beyond Petko. Goal kick coming out. Big night tonight in sports. We have updated that for you. I should say the fans have. McGuire, one ahead of Sammy. He hit his 64th tonight. Mia Hamm got 2 goals. She started the night at 99. Ends up right there on the bench with 101. Congratulations to Mia Hamm. Plenty more goals to come her way, as her next goal would be that record of 108.
JP, you know what's so neat about Mia is that she never wants to take credit for all the stardom that she's achieved. She's always deflecting the credit to her teammates, and she knows that those 101 goals were a result of hard play and hard work and setting her up by her teammates, and she really appreciates that.
Coming back the other way, Venturini. Right side. Borakova lets it go. Petko will put it back in play. And she'll take her time. And while she does, we'll tell you that next summer you can tune into ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2 for the best in women's soccer. It's the 1999 Women's World Cup. Every game televised on one of these 3 networks, ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN. Join us next summer. Coming back the other way. Komarova. Settled by Russia. Played forward the other way. The long ball. Well, they had 2 options. Keller down the middle, Confer down the right. Petko's got it. Clearance the other way.
JP, with a lot of players in different positions, the U.S. hasn't really seen as much of a rhythm develop in this second half. I'm sure that Tony wants to see that every time he makes a change in the lineup. You know, see the rhythm continue, and I think one thing they're doing a little bit is the counter or the bunker defense by the Russians is really like clogging up the center of the field, and they need to play it down the flanks. They can't get away from that. That's why they were so successful in scoring in the first half.
Ball played wide, left sideline. USA looking to send it across, settle once, and Venturini couldn't keep it down. Here's Sara Whalen trying to cut it back. Russia will hold on, trying to move it out, and now they do to the halfway line. Pearce is there. 83rd minute. Some of the fans starting to head for the exits now, getting a jump on the traffic. They have seen what they came to see. Mia Hamm reaching 100 goals. The USA getting a win. Milbrett, 100th cap.
USA getting their 100th win,
yep.
Right?
Since the 91 final. Since you played.
Yeah, that's right.
So the century night tonight in 3 different categories for the U.S. Confer plays it back. Fawcett, Pearce. Inside, Venturini just tripped as she wanted to get that shot away. You could see how many blue and red uniforms there were around there in the center of the box. Here's Grigorieva. Trying to find Bosikova. USA will take it again. Even with a 4-0 lead and the outcome not in doubt, there are things they want to work on here.
Oh, exactly. Like pass like this, you can't give this ball up in the defense.
Ledyushova, that's a great shot. She saw Scurry off the line and let it fly. Big save for Briana as well, keeping the shutout.
I mean, I'm not in a position to make, decisions on who plays, but I would think that number 14, Ledyushova, is probably working her way into the starting lineup for Russia.
She could start for me. That's the 5th save for Scurry, and the second, what you'd have to say, outstanding one. Here's Grigorieva lifting it. Russia's breaking through. And Sobrero blocks Egorova. No shot, then it's blocked. That's great defense by Kate Sobrero. That's one-on-one.
That's right, and her speed is what allowed her to catch up. Because really, I think that Egorova had probably 2 or 3 steps on her in the box.
You would have at least expected a scoring chance there for Russia. But Sobrero made the play. Fawcett all the way back now to Scurry. USA looking at their 5th straight shutout if they can get through the next 5 or so minutes in stoppage time.
Here, we'll take a look at it. This is from way out, probably like 20, 25 yards out. And Scurry does a great job. She's off her line because she's trying to play up to support the high restraining line and really makes a great, great save to keep that ball from being chipped over her head.
This ball goes out of play. Christine Lilly is on the sideline to the left of the USA bench being worked on, maybe a cramp or a muscle.
Well, early on, I saw her actually get kicked. She was going in to try and, she had her back to pressure, and one of the Russian defenders kicked her, I think in the back of her leg.
So USA down a man and a very valuable player in Christine Lilly. They've used their subs, but this is also something for the USA. They've done this before when they've had a player injured. They have played without, and it wasn't bad at all. Earlier game where Chastain had to leave, and they finished up with 10. USA looking. Russia breaks that up. 87th minute. Still have to like what you've seen of this Russian team over a couple of games. A lot of fight. The stats are going to show a lopsided game. They gave the USA a scare for the first 20 minutes or so. Coming back. Bosikova. Scurry makes that save. This is the busiest I've seen Briana in some time. 6th save. You'd have to go way back in the U.S. Soccer Media Guide to find a game where you could give us that number.
Well, the Russians are doing a great job of creating counterattacks, and they have everybody back on defense, but they're, even with that in mind, with these long ball serves just like this, they're creating unbelievable counterattack opportunities.
And one of the reasons why Tony DiCicco has gone to that 4-3-3, he was concerned about some of the spacing, and right now, the Russians are beating that.
Right, and I'll tell you, the way that needs to be defended, it's not in the back necessarily. The front runners have got to play high pressure on defense and stop those serves.
The hand is for Lilly, who's back out on the field. Players of the game, Tiffeny, Milbrett, and Mia Hamm with a couple of goals each. Great job by those two. Milbrett with 2 goals and 2 assists, but how can you not give something to Mia tonight when she gets goal number 100 and 101 for good measure plus an assist. They are Snickers' most valuable players for the United States. Pearce with it. The whistle will stop play again. More fans head for the exits. The 88th minute. Russia's ball on the throw-in. After that ball had gone out, Grigorieva, 2nd straight game. She is our Snickers player of the game, and certainly a player to watch in next year's World Cup, assuming that Russia does get by Finland and plays here next summer.
Well, unless there's a major system change by Russia, which I would doubt, because I think that the Russian coach is very happy with the way they've progressed. She needs to be involved in every attack, and when she is, they're successful.
Ledyushova, she might be a starter by next year, based on what we've seen in the 2 games. This one goes out of play. If nothing else, she's a great player to have coming off the bench to try and change a game.
Well, every coach wants a player like that. You're absolutely right.
Christie Pearce will clear it away. Venturini. Fawcett double teamed. Russia working just as hard here, even though they're down by 4 in the final moments. Komarova shooting, and Scurry dives and did not get a touch. It'll be a goal kick. This is good, though, for Scurry, because there are plenty of games where she's not really tested, and you need the work at this level.
Well, you need the work both physically and mentally. You got to be able to keep plugged into everything that's going on, and it's hard. You know, in the first half, she touched the ball once or twice, and it's important that she keeps plugged in. We know athletically she's going to be there. She's one of the best athletically, but mentally it's always hard to keep plugged in.
There are games where her first few touches have been from players playing it back to her.
Right, and a lot of times that's what a keeper wants very early in the game, is to have the ball served back to her so she can at least touch it, especially when they know it's going to be a lopsided game.
Last shot was the 10th one for Russia. That's a lot of shots normally against the United States. Off Whalen. Near side it comes, right by the bench, and that one right off Carla Overbeck, who's back wearing the captain's armband after Milbrett left.
JP, I want to point out again that although the defense for the U.S. is under a lot of pressure, the defense needs to start up top and in the midfield. That's where the pressure's got to start. And in doing so, they absolutely deny that serve by the Russians. So although it's been putting the U.S. defense under a lot of pressure, they're not necessarily at blame.
And losing Chastain and Foudy as well from that mix does take a lot away.
And even up top, you know how hard Hamm and Milbrett works.
Throw in coming up. USA can look forward to tomorrow being the travel day, and then Sunday in Richmond to do it all over again against Brazil. What should be an entertaining match in Richmond. Brazil beat the USA 1-0 back last December, so revenge can be on the minds of the U.S. players for sure. Intended for Venturini. Tisha will end up with it. Kept on the ground by Fawcett. Russia trying to get players back. Dimitrenko blocks that. Komarova brought down. Play continues. In the space, MacMillan tried to go around Burakova. And Burakova will just send it out to relieve the pressure. Throw-in coming up for the United States. A minute gone in stoppage time. Off that throw-in. USA getting it back for this cross. Whalen was open. She'll get it thanks to that deflection. We got a Russian player down as Whalen crosses. 2 players missed for the U.S. And the third sends it in high and wide. After all of that, Confer, one of those players on that far side. Minute and a half of stoppage time gone on this great night for soccer, women's soccer in Rochester, New York. And that night will come to a close. So the United States does what they set out to do. Hamm gets goals number 100 and 101. Milbrett with 100th cap. And the United States win their 100th game since the World Cup '91 final. We'll put a wrap on this one when we return. USA wins 4-0 in Rochester.
Today, your TV has more channels than ever before. But Media One knows it's not about more. It's about more of what you're into. That's why we've just created Next TV. Because maybe you're into this, or all of this. Next TV gives you a range of premium movie packages to choose from, and new ways of watching just what you want to watch. It all adds up to a whole new way of watching TV. Media One. This is broadband. This is the way.
Call now for a limited time offer. 1-877-GO-NEXT-TV. Looking for some new ideas on how to make your home more secure? Well, who's your insurance agent?
In Bedford, see Arlene Rowan. In Goffstown, see Marilyn Hebert at the Kincaid Agency. In Manchester, see the Gil Pickett Agency.
Being in good hands is the only place to be.
Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around, round, round, I get around, I get around, round, round, I get around, 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 I get around, get around,
Sometimes what you see isn't what your film sees. But you just want to take a picture. Don't worry about film speeds and lighting conditions. Now there's Max, Kodak's maximum versatility film for sunlight, low light, action, or still. Kodak Max. That's all you need to know about film.
What a magical night tonight in Rochester, New York. We thank you for joining us in the Nike U.S. Women's Cup Tour as the United States has defeated Russia by the score 4-0. And again, Mia's work is never done. Despite scoring all the goals, still has time to sign the autographs, the same with the rest of her teammates. We remind you to stay tuned. Next up, baseball tonight with Carl Ravitch. Stay tuned for a full hour of highlights and in-depth analysis. It was another big night for Mark McGuire. Mia Hamm with 2 goals on the night, holding the ball that went into the back of the net for goal number 100.